Pressure, not much rain for us, but unfortunately a very strong winter storm for much of this country.
A travel warning as a massive winter storm hits the U.S. How flights in and out of San Diego are impacted.
Anti-ice demonstrations erupted across San Diego County today, standing in solidarity with Minnesota.
We're at the poster reveal party of this year's San Diego Latino Film Festival. One of these posters will be the winner.
Rescued from the streets of Rosarito, meet the volunteers offering freedom rides to dogs in need.
CBS 8 News, live at 6, starts right now.
Hey, Todd! Hey, Todd! Listen to your people! Listen to your people! Listen to your people! Listen to your people!
That scene, breaking news out of downtown San Diego, where demonstrators had barricaded themselves in Mayor Todd Gloria's office at City Hall for hours today. Before San Diego police moved in about an hour ago and hauled those protesters away in handcuffs. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Stephanie Simmons. We're told at least 6 protesters were arrested. They're demanding clear policies from the mayor on how San Diego police will protect the community from federal agents. CBS 8's Richard Allen joins us live from City Hall with the latest on this developing story. Richard.
And Stephanie and Carlo, a very boisterous afternoon here at City Hall in downtown San Diego. As you mentioned, those 6 protesters of all ages, ranging from their 20s to probably their 60s or 70s, were put into a police van right in front of City Hall here, arrested after having barricaded themselves inside the waiting room right outside Mayor Todd Gloria's office here. Now, they say their demands were clear. They want a sit down with the mayor. They want to talk face to face with the mayor on how the mayor plans to handle or talk with San Diego police on creating a policy to handle ICE agents coming into San Diego. Here's one of the protest organizers, Tasha Williamson. This is what she had to say.
They're protesting that there is no clear directive from San Diego Police Department or the chief's office, or the mayor's office on what SDPD police officers are supposed to do when they're called to service. There needs to be a clear message and directive to San Diego Police Department officers on what they are to do and what they aren't to do. Just putting out a blanket ordinance is not enough.
Now, police say these protesters descended on the mayor's office this morning at around 10 a.m. and refused to leave, demanding to see the mayor. They were told that the mayor was not available to them, creating a disturbance, throwing things around inside the waiting room outside the mayor's office, chanting. According to police, a lot of employees were frightened by the actions of these protesters. Right now, a lot of the mayor's office also issued a statement making it very clear that this is completely unacceptable behavior, full stop. That's from the mayor's office earlier today, also clarifying that the Mayor Todd Gloria has established that ICE agents will not, or the city of San Diego will not cooperate with ICE agents. Now, San Diego police say that they tried to peacefully ask the protesters to leave. They gave them many opportunities to do so. Once they refused to do so, that's when they arrested them. Also, San Diego police made it clear as well that they do not cooperate with ICE. Here is a San Diego police captain. This is what he had to say.
We're not ICE. We don't have anything to do with ICE. We're law enforcement. We keep the peace. Even if you're federal law enforcement or a civilian, you call for us to keep the peace, we will keep the peace. That's the biggest part we play in it. There's nothing information that we're giving to ICE.
And those 6 protesters are now being booked at San Diego Police Department. They face charges of no trespassing, possibly vandalism charges. It will be up to the city attorney's office to determine the exact charges they face. We'll keep following this story. We'll bring you the latest at 7 p.m. and also at CBS8.com. Carlo and Stephanie.
Thank you, Richard. And stay with us for the latest on this developing story. We'll post any updates on CBS8.com, and you can also follow us on social media or download the free CBS 8 app.
San Diegans joined the nationwide Minnesota Solidarity Day of Action today. There were several demonstrations across the county today, including this one you see here in Encinitas.
CBS 8's Abby Black shows us why they're targeting Hilton hotels.
Demonstrations erupted across San Diego County, the latest here on the corner of Mira Mesa Boulevard and Interstate 15 in front of Homewood Suites. Protesters are targeting businesses like Hilton, urging them to stop hosting federal agents during enforcements.
Ice Out for Good rallies stretch from Escondido to Del Mar and Mira Mesa, where protesters gathered outside Hilton-owned hotels.
Our country is not respecting our democracy, that our president is not respecting our democracy, and ICE is just going too far.
Organizers targeted Hilton franchises for hosting agents, pressuring them to end these stays during enforcement operations.
Hilton is one of the corporations that has been profiting off of this terrorizing of their community.
We've reached out to Hilton and ICE and no response yet.
We want Hilton to hear from their guests and from their franchise owners, from the owners and managers here, that this is not tolerable.
The protests were sparked by recent ICE operations nationwide, including an incident in Minneapolis where agents detained a 5-year-old Ecuadorian boy from his preschool, and a separate incident involving the death of Renee Good.
This is not the U.S. This is not democracy.
Protesters gripped signs and displayed zip ties that they say represent ICE's reported daily goal to reach a quota of deportations.
This is a visual representation of the 3,000 human being a day quota that ICE has for capture and deportation.
The Trump administration has expanded immigration enforcement, defending the operations as necessary to remove individuals in the country illegally.
I understand if they're here illegally. However, this treatment of children, this treatment of the elderly, is inexcusable. This is inhumane.
Another pro-immigration rally called Standing for All That Is Sacred will be held on Sunday at 4 o'clock starting at Chicana Park and will proceed to Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish in Barrio Logan. Reporting in Mira Mesa, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Abby, thank you. Well, part of a storm that blew through San Diego now turning into a major winter storm, and it's now impacting nearly half of the U.S.
Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis has been tracking it for a while now, and she joins us for a first look at what's expected this weekend across the country, and it ain't good.
It is not good at all. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's get straight to the graphic because we are seeing some snow that's already starting to pop up, and that is across portions of Kansas. There we go. Get that mic up a little bit more. All right, so we have some snow that's starting to develop, and we're seeing that also in moving in towards Oklahoma. What you see right there in that pink, that is some sleet. So this is making for a very dangerous situation, and the low hasn't even arrived yet. Upwards of 9 inches of snow expected across Kansas. Also seeing those winter storm warnings extend all the way to the northeast, where we're talking feet of snow. Also, a major factor for this is going to be the ice. Ice storm warnings were issued yesterday. That was including northern portions of Mississippi as well as seeing that for Tennessee, but now we're seeing that extend in towards portions of Texas as well as for Louisiana. So the low that we are dealing with right now really hasn't done much for us. A few isolated showers out there, but that low is going to make its move towards the east. It's going to be east of us by tomorrow night, and as a result, clashing with that already bitterly cold air mass, bringing snow, ice, and rain. Travel nearly impossible on roadways. People are being urged to stay at home, and also airlines. That's going to be a problem too. We'll take a look at your complete forecast coming up.
Speaking of Carlene, that winter storm having an impact right now on travel plans.
Airlines have already canceled thousands of flights with more on the way. CBS 8's Shannon Handy joins us live from San Diego International Airport with an update. And Shannon, what does it look like there right now? It seems kind of quiet behind you.
Yeah, Carlo and Stephanie, we've been out here for several hours and it's been relatively quiet, not too many travel disruptions. Take a look at the board here in Terminal 2. The yellow are delays, the red represents cancellations. Right now I only see one cancellation, and that is for a flight that's coming in from Dallas, which is one of the affected areas. But airlines have sent warnings to passengers, including those traveling to and from San Diego, to prepare for more.
We expecting a cold storm freezing on Sunday night in Houston.
Which is why Ana Hernandez is glad she's getting out of San Diego today.
A lot of people already buying stuff and panic buying stuff, and then all my family members are sending me texts that we have to go back and get ready.
Anna's flight wasn't impacted, though she did receive alerts from United to prepare for delays and cancellations.
1 to 2 weeks in January.
Meanwhile, Peter Campbell's headed back to Tampa via Atlanta. He was in town for a conference and says colleagues changed their flights because of the storm.
A lot of people came from Texas, so they were definitely, out of here yesterday, or they're staying over the weekend and enjoying San Diego with relatives and going out on Sunday.
The National Weather Service's Aviation Weather Center posted maps on X showing which airports will be impacted the most by this winter storm now through Monday. Tomorrow, for example, places you see in red are listed as impacts likely. The majority are major hubs like Dallas, Houston, and Chicago. San Diego isn't on that list, but will be impacted as air travel often is due to the unavoidable domino effect.
If one flight that was supposed to arrive in Denver is delayed because of storms, and then its second leg of that trip is coming to San Diego, there could be delays there.
Airport spokesperson Nicole Hall says it's all the more reason to check your flight status and do it often as things can change.
Anytime there's a big storm, such as the one that we're anticipating this weekend, check your flight status, contact your airline, download the app, take a couple of precautions just so that you can prepare yourself and you have the latest information and know how to respond and know what you need to do.
And airlines say one of the reasons they're canceling flights isn't just because it's dangerous to fly in ice and snow, but also because they don't want passengers to be stranded once they get to a certain destination and the weather changes. The good news, if you can call it good news, most of the airlines are waiving change fees, so make sure to contact your airline to see what your options are. Carlo and Stephanie.
And as always, you can get weather alerts on the go, as well as an extended weather forecast on our free CBS 8 app.
Today, Mayor Todd Gloria approved an updated community plan for Claremont designed to encourage new growth there. This plan would promote the construction of 14,000 new homes close to transit hubs like trolley stations. The updated plan will also lift height limits in some areas, allowing buildings up to 65 feet tall. Mayor Gloria says this plan will help meet San Diego's housing needs, but some people living in Claremont are concerned these changes will make other issues worse, like a lack of parking.
Homes close to transit, to jobs, and to services. We reduce traffic, we lower housing and transportation costs, and we expand access to opportunities in our city.
If they build those condominiums or apartments, of course, it's going to be traffic for sure. It's going to be chaos.
The last update to the plan was in 1989. It's been quite a while. Meantime, tonight, all lanes are finally back open in the Morena neighborhood after repairs on a giant sinkhole have finally wrapped up. City officials say the sinkhole was caused by a water main break and was reported on January 14th at Morena Boulevard and Napa Street. The damage forced several lane closures and temporarily disrupted water service in the area. But crews say they have now finally completed those repairs and the intersection is also completely reopened.
Some good news. All right. The city of San Diego identifies some of its most dangerous intersections, not that one.
Still ahead, we'll share where they are and how city leaders plan to improve their safety.
And what we're learning about another lawsuit California has filed against the Trump administration. That's after this.